Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Henderson, Kentucky for tonight's Ohio Valley League action between the Full Count Rhythm and the Henderson Flash. And we do have a bit of a delay tonight. That's why we're a little late getting on the broadcast here. They're delayed in getting the field ready, a little bit wet here from an afternoon shower. You see the umpires now arriving. We'll take the delay off. And let you know that the Rhythm come in with a 5-1 record. We're at home last night, taking on the Fulton Railroaders in a 6-0 victory for Full Count. Henderson Flash did not play their game yesterday, and neither did any of the other teams, the other four teams in the Ohio Valley League. Everybody else was rained out. We, of course, were delayed by about 25 minutes, but were able to get the ball game in. Henderson Flash were supposed to be at Hoptown yesterday. Get to the standings here's real quick before we get to the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. The Henderson Flash come in with a 2-3 record and did win their last game. But back on June 1st, we could go tomorrow, the Rhythm in their first home game of the season defeated Henderson 7-2. Ryan Sweeney got the victory. 4 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. Tonight it'll be Logan Harrell on the mound. Let's take a quick break and then we'll be back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network, where we will deliver the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visiting Full Count Rhythm with a 5-1 record. Leading off, playing center field, Lou D'Alessio, batting second to DH tonight, John Paul Head. And at first base, Jackson Cothran batting third. Jake Merrick, the cleanup hitter, he's out at third base. Charlie Bozeman in left, he bats fifth. Nolan Sargent batting sixth, playing right field. Jonathan Stewart behind the plate, hits seventh. Spencer Yu back in second base, batting eighth. Logan Kroc at shortstop, he hits ninth. And on the mound, the right-hander from Trevecca, Logan Harrell, for his second start of the season. Of course, the Rhythm head coach by Josh Carmen in his fourth year. He is also the general manager and has been since day one. He's assisted by Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach, Carson Howard, and Jonas Smithson. Now for the hometown Henderson Flash. Leading off, Keelan Sanders playing left field. Aiden Mouton, the DH, bats second. Christian Kuiper at first base, bats third. Andrew Lieb behind the plate, hitting cleanup. Connor Bowden, the center fielder, bats fifth. Jackson Pruitt at third base, hits sixth. The 7-hole hitter is Brady Gold. He'll play shortstop. Jake Dupree in right field hits eighth. And the number 9-hole hitter, Alec Satterfield, playing second base. On the mound, number 30, Ryan Waterman from Minnesota Duluth. Redshirt senior, as he will get the start. The starting pitcher for Henderson in game two was Kiefer Parsons. went a 1 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 7 runs. They were all earned. And he took the loss for the Flash as the starting lineups are being delivered here over the public address speaker. Sunshine here on my back. But there is a chance of rain, I think around 9 or 10 o'clock ish. So hopefully we can get this in and get the victory and get out of here, get back on that Anchor Transportation bus with our bus driver, Steve, or Steven, who he's now become our all-time bus driver. He's making sure that whoever's directing traffic over there at Anchor Transportation, that they make sure he's driving us wherever we go. He'll be in the dugout tonight over on the third base side. He absolutely loves it. The Rhythm will be back home tomorrow night. See who we're playing. I forgot it was even Saturday. You'd think I have a. There we go. Burying that schedule in this Dudek Communications printed program that I carry with me. We'll be taking on Hoptown tomorrow night. And then back out on the road on Monday to our first trip to Madisonville. Then an off day on Tuesday. Of course, it is Kids Camp week next week, the 9th through the 12th. It will culminate with the players being invited to the game and getting to run out onto the field with the team. I think they'll be out there for the national anthem. That is Kids Camp night. Free ice cream from First Baptist Hendersonville that night. And of course, I think it's Tuesday and Thursday, the 10th and the 12th, the Pizza Ranch, located over there on Main Street in Hendersonville, is inviting the players and the campers to the Pizza Ranch, as we will have the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And the PA man says, let's play ball after the singing of our national anthem. And that's what we're going to do. Got a left-hander out on the mound for the Flash, Ryan Waterman, to take on the Full Count Rhythm hitters. Starting out a little light so far this year, hitting under 200, but have been able to pitch themselves to a 5-1 record. The pitchers combined 3.00 ERA on the season, 5 wins, One loss, one save. That one save, Peyton Vaught, as Rhythm trying to get the old Hickory steel press bats going here tonight at Henderson. Of course, almost, well, a little less than 2 years ago, full count. The last game they played right here at Park City Field, I think that's what it's called. Bill, look at it. It's a city park. Get my Bushnells out to see the scoreboard. Bill Heath Field here at, I think, the whole park called Park Field. But the Rhythm got the victory. Let's see what that date was. July 30th of 2023. An 8-7 win over the Henderson Flash to win their second championship. The winning pitcher was Jack Thompson. Jack, don't call me Armstrong Thompson. Got the victory. Aaron Hash with the 1 1/3 inning of one-hit shutout baseball for the save. Love to reminisce, and 8-7 the last time the Rhythm were here. Lou DeLessio leads off. Lou comes in hitting .222, takes the first pitch for ball one. We are underway at 6:39 p.m. Central Time. Fouls that one off. Game time temperature brought to you by Stitches by Cindy. 75 degrees here in Henderson, Kentucky, right on the banks of the Ohio River. Where I grew up, on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati, but not in Henderson, Kentucky. High fly ball to left field. Over is Keelan Sanders toward the fair line. He makes the catch in fair territory. I believe that's outside of your view. I've got the sun shining right on my screen here, so I can't even see the screen. I can see the field, though. DeLessio retired on a fly out. Brings up John Paul Head, one of the hottest hitters on the planet, hitting .600. Leads his team in hits with 9, doubles with 3, home runs with 2, RBIs with 14. On base average is .727. That 14 RBIs is the most in the league. He has one down that right field line. It's hurling, and the catch is made right before the foul line by Jake Dupree. What a play. That was extra bases taken away from John Paul Head, and there are 2 outs. Put a star by that one. Head reached base all 5 times he came to the plate in yesterday's ball game. It was 2 for 2. He had a double, 5 RBIs in yesterday's contest. Walked twice and was hit by a pitch. Jackson Cothran looks at a pitch around shin high for a called strike. Jackson Cothran looking for his first hit of the year, playing first base, led the team in hitting last year. There's a breaking pitch that outside of the zone. Batted .322 last year for the Full Count Rhythm in the Prospect League. During the 2023 season for Full Count, he hit .366, 31 games, had 37 hits, 4 doubles, triple, and a home run. Drove in 27 runs. 26 walks that year and only 14 strikeouts. 2-1 pitch coming from Waterman. That's hit the high and deep to right field. He's turning around and he's watching that one go. First home run, first hit of the season for Jackson Cothran is a big fly. He got the pitch he wanted on 2-1, and he deposited that over the right field fence. That had to feel good. The Framework Athletics first run of the ball game for Jackson Cothran. Remember a couple of years ago, the first home run hit by the Rhythm was hit right here by Ethan Huddleston as Jake Merrick takes a low strike. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Merrick from UAB, hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee, fouls that one out of play. A AAA autoglass foul ball. A park here, and there's a baseball field back over on the other side of the first base dugout. The river is behind the third base dugout. Merrick started and played in every game so far. He and Logan Kroc nailing down that left side of the infield. Spoils that pitch, fouls it away. Another AAA autoglass foul ball. Merrick had his 5-game hitting streak broken yesterday. Hitting .333, leads the club in singles. Also been hit by a pitch 4 times. He and Parker Staborski share that distinction with the most bruises. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run in on Jackson Cothran's home run. That ball's roped into center field. That'll get down in front of Connor Bowden. Or a base hit for Jake Merrick as he gets another hitting streak started. So back-to-back hits for the Rhythm. Charlie Bozeman, another UAB Blazer, stands in. Bozeman 1 hit in 8 official plate appearances, has scored 3 runs. He's walked 7 times, which is second on the club to Logan Kroc's 8. Pitch down low to start Bozeman's at-bat. Merrick 3 out of 4 in stolen bases. We'll see if he is off at any point. Outside for ball 2. The catcher for the Flash, Andrew Lee, I know he was on this team 2 years ago, and I want to say he's multi-year player for the Flash. Breaking pitch, that catches the inside corner for a called strike. Vicky Maloney joining us on Facebook. Go Rhythm. Paula Sims as well. Heidel Rubio down in Nicaragua, one of the Nicaraguan missionaries. Long look at first. Another breaking pitch swung on a miss by Bozeman. Slow breaking pitch there. And I don't know why. That says 3-1. So let's get the right count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner first. Merrick leads off. Now he'll be off with the pitch. As well, but full count. Ministries full count. Crowd's still coming in. Breaking pitch. That's going to ring up Charlie Bozeman. He might have thought that was inside, but it was definitely close enough to be swinging at, and that's a backward K in the book and ends the top of the first. 1 run on the Jackson Cothran first hit of the year. 2 hits in the inning, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. The Rhythm lead as we get started here in Henderson, Kentucky. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Jim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Our third road trip of the season. Been to Fulton, been to Hoptown, and now here in Henderson. Logan Harrell delivers the first pitch, and it's swung on by number 20, Keelan Sanders, over to Jake Merrick. Throws to Jackson Cothran. One pitch, one out. Just the way you draw it up when you're getting ready for the ball game. Logan Harrell getting ready right next to me while I was setting up equipment. Aiden Mouton stands in. Squares around the bunt. Fastball is high. Logan Harrell, 6'3", 205-pounder right-hander at Trevecca. That pitch is in there, and it's popped out to right field. Nolan Sargent being guarded by the umpire here, right in my vision. But he makes the catch for out number 2. 3 pitches, 2 outs. And Christian Kuiper stands in. He's having a great start to his season. He's hitting .625 as they're playing his song for a good long time. .625 according to the Game Changer stats. He's going to look at a strike on the outside corner. Kuiper did not play in the game with Rhythm and Henderson back on June 1st, as that's a AAA autoglass foul ball. Harrell ahead in the count, 0-2. Logan rocks and fires. And a swing and a miss. And a 6-pitch bottom of the first for Logan Harrell as he gets Christian Kuiper on a Safeware strikeout. 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the top of the second. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Thank you, Miss Roach, for the heads up. They did go to Farragut together. Charlie Bozeman, Jake Merrick, and we got a pitcher that I keep forgetting about, I think. They didn't go to the same school, but they are in the same city. Charlie Bozeman in Samford, and Jake Merrick at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. That's what the confusion is. I believe that's right. We move to the top of the second inning. Nolan Sargent, Jonathan Stewart, Spencer Yu scheduled. Lefty on lefty matchup here. And Waterman doing a good job of getting ahead in the count. Nolan a hit and a dozen at-bats, looking to start getting hot from Belmont University. Another of the East Tennessee folks from Chattanooga. Off speed is up. 5'10", 180-pound rising sophomore from McCallie High School. Scott and Leah Sargent, his parents. He's going to take another strike. And maybe some of our hitting woes is not hitting the pitches that are on a tee. That pitch looked like it was screaming, hit me. That's a line drive in the left field, but it will hang up long enough for Sanders to come in and make the grab on the line out. Out number one, he put the barrel on that one right at the left fielder. Jonathan Stewart stands in, the recent transfer to Volunteer State Community College from Daytona State. Smyrna, Tennessee, with the Smyrna High School. He looks at a breaking pitch that wrinkles over the outside corner for a called strike. Well, effort to see your post today. It's a swing and a miss by Stewart. But on the road is not as easy. What in the world? 0-2 pitch, it sails high. Ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Changeup, and Stewart fouls that one off of his ankle, not wearing an ankle guard. Shin guarded all down there. He's got one on his elbow, but not sure if he got his foot or his ankle as he reaches down right now to grab it, showing you right where it hit. Paige Smith watching from Nashville. Stewart, one of now 3 rhythm players looking for their first hit, as Jackson Cothran got off the Schneid. As I've said once, I've said 1,000 times, nobody wants to be on that Schneid. 6'2", 190-pound right-handed hitter backs away from an inside fastball, and Waterman with a little smile. Todd and Kasia Stewart, his parents, Scott and Molly, brother and sister. Papa and Nana there in San Antonio. Papa and Mimi are hanging out in Springfield, Missouri, and Stewart goes down swinging. 2 outs, second strikeout of the ball game for Waterman. Waterman pitched back on June 2nd against the Paducah Chiefs, went 3 innings, 2 hits, shutout baseball, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Did plunk a batter. Spencer Yu stands in. He takes a breaking pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. Spencer spent last year at George Washington University. 5'10", 200-pound sophomore from Innsworth High School in Nashville. Business analytics major. Son of Jim and Aaron Yu, and that's who bought his jersey. They wanted that number 5 yesterday, he told me on the bus. I'm just going to tell you, if I had known I would have bid 55, you guys would have had to pay 60 for that number 5. But I didn't have enough time. I was doing something else last night. You're welcome. Trish Howard wishes I wasn't so focused on number 7. Hope you got the jersey that you wanted. I hung on to number 13. You going to reach on ball 4. So after 2 outs, as in the first inning, the next batter reaches. The difference in the first and the second is that Jackson Cothran reached all 4 bases on 1 swing. So he deposited his first hit over the right field fence. 315 down the lines, 340 in the alleys, 370 to dead center field. First pitch swinging Logan Kroc. That's going to drop in front and not even stopping you. The throw to the bag is offline. Logan Kroc getting hot. Single that drops in front of the right fielder, Jake Dupree. putting runners now at first and third with 2 outs. That's now a 3-game hitting streak for Logan Kroc. Back to the top of the lineup, Lou D'Alessio. Kroc was 2 for 4 in yesterday's game, scored 2 runs and drove 1 in. He and John Paul Head drove in all 6 runs. Of course, John Paul did the Yeomans. Is that ball? I don't know that was fouled, was it? Or did D'Alessio knock it out of the glove? It went over to the first base dugout. That was weird. Didn't even hear it be fouled off. Pitch. That's high. That's in the air in the shallow left center field, but that's going to be an easy can of corn for Connor Bowden. And the Rhythm retired. A couple of flyouts by D'Alessio. He's now 0 for 2. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 2 runners left on base. Heading to the bottom of the second, Full Count leads 1-0.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Logan Harrell back out for the bottom of the second. 6-pitch bottom of the second. 6'3", 205-pound right-hander. He's from Goodpasture High School and hometown in Hendersonville, the son of Mike and Amy Harrell, big brother to Kaylee. Paul is in Hendersonville, not Henderson, Kentucky. Grandpa and Grandma, they also hang out in Hendersonville, Tennessee. First pitch is a slider low and away. Logan, a multi-year player for Full Count. Did not play last year, but played in 2023. Gets called strike on the inside corner. Been to Trevecca the last 2 years. Nearly plunks the cleanup hitter Andrew Lee, who pulls away from that high inside fastball. Andrew Lee, junior at Loyola University. I want to say he's from around here. They don't have that. Another slider, that's going to catch a good part of the plate. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrell got the opening victory at Fulton, Kentucky. Just missed down the Full Count Ministries Full Count. Rhythm won that game 4-2. Logan went 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs. He was the first of 3 straight starters that had that line. Full count pitch, breaking pitch, grounded to Logan Kroc. Charges, gloves, strong throw over to Jackson Cothran for out number 1. He's got a hose, baby. He has got a hose, the Butler Bulldog. Picked up a few errors here of late, but all in all, I think he's been one of the best fielding shortstops the Rhythm have had, and we've had a couple. Ben Bruce, that first year, very, very good fielder. Levi Perrell, several years for the Rhythm from Catawba. Randy Harrell's on. He's watching. There's a ground ball to the right side. Spencer Yu bobbles, picks it up, and throws to first. And they don't get Connor Bowden. Spencer looked like he kind of nonchalanted that ground ball, but it looked like it did take a little bit of a hop. I'm going to probably need to leave it on that other view or zoomed view. That'll be an E4 to allow Bowden to reach. I can't get that other camera. It keeps focusing on that net as the fastball's high and tight to Jackson Pruitt. It's not a bad shot right there on the zoom, but I wonder if I just need to zoom. Maybe that's what I'll try to do. Zoom one way and then try to zoom the other way. Maybe we'll at least get something that you can see. There's a slider. I want to see if he went, and he did not. I agree. Jackson Pruitt attends LSU Eunice, or is heading there. I would assume that, well, I don't want to assume. Eli Lamb of the Rhythm is also from LSU Eunice. And a AAA autoglass foul ball straight back on the 2-0 pitch. Let's get you the defensive alignments. Charlie Bozeman from Samford is in left field. Lou DeLessio, who's in the portal, is in center. Nolan Sargent from Belmont is in right field. Jake Merrick from UAB at third. Logan Crock, a Butler Bulldog at short. Spencer Yu at George Washington at second base. Jackson Cothran looking for a new home after 2 years at Ohio University's at first. Jonathan Stewart heading to the throw down. It gets by Spencer Yu and into center field, a stolen base. Throw was a little high, but he did keep it on that zoom look. A stolen base, no error. Jonathan Stewart heading to Volunteer State. Logan Harrell at Trevecca on the mound. Jackson Pruitt with a runner in scoring position and 1 out, swings and misses at the pitch in the dirt. Jonathan Stewart's throw down to first base completes the out. And a Safeware strikeout takes care of Pruitt. Now 2 outs. There's the second strikeout of the ball game for Harrell. He had 10 in those 4 innings up at Fulton. I got to believe that's the most since the first game that the Rhythm played there, which was the second game of their existence, the Full Count Rhythm's existence. Back in 2021, Luke Sennard, 6 innings, 15 strikeouts. High fastball is where he has started or delivered to several batters in this inning. This is Brady Gold, the shortstop, met his host home parent, Jim Courtney, before the game. Came by and had a little chat. The 1-0 breaking pitch, that catch the inside quarter. That's the pitch that Pruitt just struck out on. Jim Courtney said his wife passed away a few years ago, and now he is sharing his home with one of the Henderson Flash players right here, Brady Gold. Couple looks at second and a delivery. Fastball inside. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. They will wear that little sounder out on a ball outside. Says nope. Brady Gold attends Wofford University. Slider misses away. No. Tip Oxford. I understand. My motto is it's just like ESPN, only totally different. This is the worst venue in the Ohio Valley League for me to set up cameras because they don't have room for me in the press box, and I don't have anywhere else to set these cameras up. 2-2 is right. Oh, thought it was a 2-2. I'm sorry. Now it's a Full Count Ministries full count. I was going to say, why would you take a pitch right down the can when you got 2 strikes on you? I got distracted by Tip Oxford's comment. Runner at second reached on the air. Logan Harrell trying to pitch around it. Full count pitch, runner goes, pitches high, hit high and deep to left field. Back goes Bozeman, and he's going to watch that one go. Full count pitch delivered over the left field fence by Brady Gold. And the Flash take the 2-1 lead. Both those runs are unearned. The Rhythm should have been out of the inning, but apparently Logan got a little bit too much of the plate. It's squaring around the bunt, popping it up straight back. Stewart didn't see it. It'll be 0-1. And Stewart's not going to go get the ball. He's going to make the umpire go get it. Umpire needs a little exercise anyway, as he smiles on his way back. Again, I don't recommend that a catcher make an umpire do that. Sometimes they may not like that. That gets out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball, and Harrell gets ahead in the count. Jake Dupree, the right fielder. Other than a leadoff batter, every other batter has a one-digit number. He attends Harding University. There's a slider at the letters for a called strike and a Safeware strikeout. Backward K in the book, and that's 3 for the game by Logan Harrell. But those are the first runs scored against him, but they are unearned. Now the error by Spencer Yu on the ground ball by Connor Bowden. And the Flash take the lead. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and no runners left on base. We are through 2 innings scheduled for 9. Be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And we move the angle. We'll see if that makes a difference on the 2-camera system. John Paul Head looks at a called strike. John Paul Head, Jackson Cawthorn, Jake Merrick to face Ryan Waterman in his 3rd inning. See if we can get the right side here as John Paul Head goes opposite field again, slipping in the outfield and then coming on to make the catch. And that still is no better there. Of course, that's the wrong angle. I got to remember now I'm going left and right.
Now that
it could turn into, you need to listen and watch the broadcast for the Henderson Flash. They do have a broadcast. I've never listened to it because I've always, or watched it because I've always been here. A broadcast in Full Count Rhythm is Jackson Cawthorn looks at a called strike. A full count pitch lifted one out of here to right field. The 4th home run of the year for Full Count. John Paul Head has 2. Lou D'Alessio a solo shot. Jackson Cawthorn now with a solo shot. He can get hot, and the Rhythm would surely love to see that. On 1 is a count. Waterman giving up 3 hits. Cawthorn lets that pitch above the letters go by. Jackson, 2 years at Motlow State and picked up by Ohio University, not Ohio State. Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. That pitch whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. 4th year for Cawthorn with the full count rhythm. Did not play year 1, but ever since then, and he's going to get rung up on a pitch. Probably that's about the same spot, maybe a little bit higher, and it was definitely between the knees and the letters. Kind of surprised that Jackson, who does not strike out a lot in his history, took that one. That's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Waterman and brings Jake Merrick to the plate. He swings around the ball to the right side and underhanding. I got to quit doing that. I don't like this camera. He's out. I like the wide. I'm going to have to try to fix that one as best I can. Again, we're going to fiddle with the cameras. The 1-2-3 inning. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 3rd.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Maybe that's a little better. We'll see. Logan Harrell for the bottom of the 3rd. Down trails 2-1. Ground ball, Spencer Yu. Gloves and throws on to Jackson Cawthorn for out number 1 as Alex Satterfield gets his first at-bat. Swings at the first pitch. Now back to the top of the lineup. Keelan Sanders, who grounded out to Jake Merrick in the first. Ryan Sweeney, my research assistant over here, says that camera angle is better and the focus is a lot better.
No.
Breaking pitch misses to Keelan Sanders. Got 5 players over here right behind the home plate. There's a slider that gets in there for a called strike. Can't help but focus on that netting, but a little bit better. And that hits Sanders. Second hit batter of the year by Logan Harrell. Aiden Mouton stands in. He flew out to right field. Harrell from the stretch. The throw over to first. Cawthorn, a catcher, and not sure how much time he got at first base. Probably never played first base for the Motlow State Bucks. I have to ask him if he got there at Ohio University. Again, I'm doubting it. Primary catcher. I believe the 2 years that he was at OU. Played a total of 83 games for Ohio University. There's a called strike. Collected 81 hits in his career there. 18 doubles, 2 triples, 11 home runs. Drove in 39 runs in the 2 years. Ball and a strike, an out, and a runner on base. Aiden Mouton, the number 2 hole hitter for the Flash. He's the DH tonight. Throw over. Sanders back in time. Mouton also did not play in game 1 against the Rhythm back at Hendersonville. That's a slider in there. Called strike. All right, let's see how we're doing here on Facebook and the YouTube. Not as much traffic on Facebook tonight, not auctioning off those Mission jerseys. Another slider is off the end of the bat. Got some English on that one. Looks like it might have been cut. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grass is actually not that green here. I've got a little pop of color going on the screen. Make it look a little brighter. 1-2 pitch. That's drilled to left field. That's going to be down in front of Bozeman. And 2 are on after 1 are out. Second hit of the ball game.
First baseman, number 9, Christian.
Christian Kuiper, strikeout victim to end the first. Steps in. He's a left-handed hitter. Where's the number 1? He's from Bellarmine. A Bellarmine Knight, I believe is what they're called. Fastball's down low. Breaking pitch stays down low too. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Carroll has the sign. Needs a ground ball to a middle infielder. Taken for a strike as a fastball. In the zone by Kuiper. 1 hit more than John Paul had. John Paul comes in with 9 hits, and Kuiper has 10 in the 4 games. Runners go. Pitch is swung on and fouled off to the left side to AAA autoglass foul ball. He's got those 10 hits actually in the last 3 games that he's played, I believe. Three hits against Paducah back on June 2nd. 4 for 4 against the Fulton Railroaders. June 3rd and June 4th, 2 or 3 for ground ball, 3 for 4. Ball rolls foul. Cochran picks it up in foul territory. There's 1 double, 1 home run, 3 RBIs on the season, hitting here in the 3 hole. John Paul Head, of course, leads the Ohio Valley League in RBIs with 14. It shows him with 13 on Game Changer. Going to figure out where they missed one. I'm guessing it's the Fulton game 1. There's a ground ball. That's going to get into the hole. Nolan Sargent sees that thing pop up off the grass, delivers, and the throw is cut off. Not sure why Jackson cut that one off. It was right on line. It was coming right to me, but that's an RBI single for Christian Kuiper. The lip out there on the grass, between the grass and the dirt at the infield, slowed that ball up as it got to Sargent. He charged hard. Jimmy Gamboa comes out to have a chat with Logan Harrell. That's back-to-back hits for the Henderson club. And now only one out. All right, had some kids flying right by me here. They're going to kick my cords out of the way. I got to block them off. The visit is over, and Andrew Lee stands in. He grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Takes a fastball up. Getting started with a ground out by Alex Satterfield. Then a hit batter, single to left and a single to right, and one runs in for the Flash. Runners at first and third. No, I didn't know the runner got over there to third. Ball two. So Mouton is at third base, Kuiper at first. Perfect time again for a Dudat Communications double play. Let's see if Kuiper takes off. He does not. There's a pitch right down the can. And the 2-0 is taken for a called strike by Lee. On deck, Connor Bowden. Harold trying to wiggle off the hook of further damage. It's a swing and a foul ball straight back. Now he's a pitch away from a strikeout. He's got 3 Ks in the ball game. Timeout called. They're going to check on Logan Harrell, and he might have pulled a muscle in his back. He is stretching it out. Josh Carmen is out of the dugout, and I'm not sure if they have a trainer here. And Harrell is reaching, and he's going to come out of this ball game. 2-ball, 2-strike count, and we're going to get a new pitcher. So we're going to take a break. We're going to have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Pitcher will have all the time he wants to warm up with the injury. We're going to take a break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New pitcher on for the Rhythm on a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Eli Potter, number 39, 6 foot, 170-pound left-hander, attends Christian Brothers University down in Memphis. He's from Burns, Tennessee. It's the wind starting to pick up here at Henderson. Sky's starting to darken just a little bit. Rain will be a problem for this broadcaster. Eli, the son of Todd and Ginger Potter, brother to Alex, grandson of Gran in Burns, also granddad and Nana in Burns. Josh Carmen will come over and get a cameo appearance on the broadcast. Situation that Eli Potter is coming into is a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Andrew Lee. Runners at the corners. Aiden Mouton at third and Christian Kuiper at first. There's only one out in the inning, as Logan Harrell has left this game. Looked like he had a strain maybe on his back left lower back. I don't think it was his lat up high. I think it was a little bit lower, and it looks like Potter is ready to go. So 29 gives way for 39. This batter, depending on what he does, could be charged to Logan Harrell. That's a soft little fly ball out to DeLessio in center field. He makes the catch, and the runner bluffs a throw, and it gets by. Good thing Potter is backing the throw up. Cothran does not cut that one. Stewart apparently did not ask for him to cut.
Don't strike out.
Well, that's what happens when you go off to a break and don't hit the button. Good thing we didn't miss any action on that. I got to change that Chick-fil-A. That C on Chick-fil-A starting lineup is messing with my C on clearing the count. But a fly out, that will be credited to Potter. There's a line drive. That's down the third base line, and it's fair. Off the bat of Connor Bowden. One run's going to score, and Bowden's going to cruise into second base with an RBI double. First pitch that he saw, lefty on lefty matchup. The third hit of the inning, first off of Potter. That run charged to Harrell. Jackson Pruitt stands in, looks at ball one. Pruitt struck out. Swinging on a similar swing as that right there. The pitch was in the dirt, and Stewart had to throw him out at first base. 2 runs in the inning, both charged to Logan Harrell. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt. On an off-speed pitch. Nice stop by a Stewart. A breaking pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eli Potter delivers, swing and a miss, and a Safeware strikeout to get out of the inning. Second time that Pruitt has struck out. First strikeout for Potter, as 2 runs come in, and they are earned on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 4-1. Henderson has the lead as we head to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical. assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Charlie Bozeman to lead off the top of the fourth for full count. Struck out looking to end the first. Bozeman, a 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. He attends Samford. Flies that one out to right field. Jake Dupree makes 2 steps to his right after looking at it for a long time and makes the catch for out number 1 here in the fourth. Rhythm with 3 hits in the first 3 innings. Home run by Jackson Cothran, the only run scored so far. Left-handed hitting. Nolan Sargent looks at a called strike. He lined out to the left fielder. Leading off the second inning. Had a little trivia on the bus as we were about to take off from Hendersonville to Henderson. He swings at a pitch out of the zone. One of my questions was, Belmont, now known as the Bruins, what did they used to be called before political correctness came into being? And I was back by where he was sitting, and I looked at him and I said, I expect you to know this answer. He smiled because he didn't know it. Several guesses were made, and Trace Simmons came up with the answer as Sargent goes down swinging. 4 strikeout of the ball game. He said he totally guessed, Trace Simmons did. The Belmont Rebels. I told the guys I had played for 2 colleges, and both of them changed their name due to political correctness. And I said, what are the Miami that's in Ohio is where I started, and said, what did they used to be called? As Jonathan Stewart checks his swing. First base umpire says he did not go. So the trivia out there is Miami Redskins. It's the team that I played for. They changed their name now to the Red Hawks as a breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Stewart doesn't offer at that one. 2 outs, nobody on, a 1-1 count to Jonathan. He struck out swinging in the second. Just a bit too high. Tried to catch the corner and missed. I guess they're not going to play the nope sounder for that one. You know, I wouldn't either if I was the home team. I would just move on to the next pitch. That's exactly what Waterman did, and he delivered a strike on that inside corner. Apparently, Stewart's too close to the plate. He's acting like those are right underneath his hands, and he looks like he is right on the plate. So Waterman putting it right on his thumbs. Started to get into his wind up or stretch and steps off. 2-2. It's grounded too short, gloved by Gold, and his throw is on the mark. A 1-2-3 inning for Waterman after his club gave him a 3-run lead. And we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Rhythm trail 4-1. Miami Redhawks, Miami Redskins, Belmont Rebels, Belmont Bruins. Be right back.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
We're about to get it figured out here. I might be just staying home on home games or away games from now on. Maybe I'm getting too old to do it. Jonathan Stewart with a nice shot down there to second base. Rhythm still have not thrown out a would-be base stealer yet. Not one has been caught stealing. Not all on the catchers, of course. That's a tandem. That's a team effort between the pitcher and catcher. 7, 8, and 9 to face Eli Potter out for his first full inning of work. Tina Myers watching from Memphis. Thanks for checking in on Facebook tonight. And Potter gets ahead of Brady Gold. Potter pitched against the Flash at home, 2 innings, no hits. Gave up a run, but it was unearned as he gets ahead of Brady Gold, who delivered a 2-run home run to put Henderson on top in the bottom of the second. Potter walked 2, struck out 3 in that ball game as Gold calls timeout, steps out, taps his shoes, and he's going to be written up for that violation. Home plate umpire pulls out his record book and duly note that Brady Gold's not allowed to do that anymore. Otherwise, a delay of game penalty, and he might be handcuffed and put in jail for a while. 0-2. Potter from the stretch changes him up. That ball's fouled off, a AAA autoglass foul ball. No other action that I can see here in the park tonight. No little guys playing in the field behind the stands on the first base side. Cracked out to right field. Nolan Sargent has that one measured and makes the catch. First batter retired here in the fourth. Jake Dupree will stand in. Harding University in Searcy, Arkansas. Todd Neal knows where that is. He's got twins. Hayden and Nathan. Nathan and Hayden. I don't know who's oldest. Off-speed pitch delivered right into Dupree for a called strike. Nathan Neal, a mentor to, I think, 1 or 2 of the Rhythm players. Hayden Neal, living in Searcy, Arkansas, last I heard. He's married, has a youngin'. I think I might have seen on Facebook that Nathan Neal has a young one now. 1-1 catches the corner. If you want some little bugs flying around you, come on up here to Henderson or anywhere by the river, probably. The mighty Ohio. That's the Mississippi. Swing and a miss. A Safeware strikeout. Takes care of Dupree. He's struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. Second strikeout by Potter. Christian Brothers this past year, 13 appearances for Eli. One start. He had a 2-1 record, 29 2/3 innings. Struck out 15 batters, 5.76 ERA. Satterfield takes ball one, and you hear the sounder that says nope. What the over-under on that is tonight. Grounded out to second. Fouls that one straight back. A AAA autoglass foul ball. Might have caught the shower glass. Might need some repair there. They'll do that. Not only are they AAA autoglass, they're just AAA glass. Premium shower glass, mirror solutions, custom closet systems. Doesn't even have to do with glass. Door hardware, bath hardware. Call 615-581-0400. I bet you can find that online. Tapper over this way. They're in Kentucky, Tennessee, all the way down in Louisiana to over in Texas. They're not in Mississippi, though. So whatever you do, don't break your window and need a repair in Mississippi. 2-2. This is high and away. And a full count. Ministries, full count. So we get the score bug fixed here on the stream. 4-1 and a full count first pitch foul ball. Lights are on here at the ballpark. Bill Heath Field. It might even be called Atkinson Park, I think I saw. 2 outs and now a runner aboard. Back to the top of the lineup. First walk of the game by Potter. Eli Potter on in relief of Logan Harrell, who left this game with an injury. Harrell went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. 2 of those are earned. Did not walk a batter, struck out 3. Did plunk 1 of the 12 batters he faced. Keelan Sanders 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and scored a run. Looks at breaking pitch that loops right into the zone. They got the runner picked off, and the throw gets by Jackson Cawthorn. Runner headfirst slides into third. Cawthorn's throw to third base. It's short hopped and not handled by Merrick. So give a stolen base and then an error on the pitcher on the throw, I think. We'll have to check Game Changer and see how that is scored. So there's a ball and a strike up on the scoreboard. Ground ball to Merrick at third. On a knee, gloves, and his throw to first will end the inning. So the error does not hurt, as Merrick has retired Sanders twice. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We're through 4, 4-1 as we are scheduled for 9. Hope to get them in, and we don't have any rain. We'll be right back. Like Harold, I'll recap it when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the fifth we go. Somebody's got a walkout song. We got a new pitcher on the mound for Henderson, number 22, Jacob Barrett, sophomore at Kirkwood Community College, on in relief of Ryan Waterman. He goes 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked a batter, struck out 4. The 1 earned run was the solo home run by Jackson Cothran in the top of the first. Mike Harrell, the way it started out, looked good as Cothran hit his first home run, his first hit for the year for the Rhythm. Solo shot in the first to give Full Count the 1-0 lead, but it has been all Henderson Flash since then. They scored 2 unearned runs in the second inning as Spencer Yu, Logan Crock, and Lou DeLessio to face the new pitcher, Jacob Barrett. Henderson Flash scored 2 in the second, 2 more in the third, and your son Logan had to go out with an injured back, looked like, as Yu looks at the fastball in there for a called strike. Oh, I got you. You have been paying attention. I thought maybe you had better things to do. Never hurts to recap. There's a little bit of a cut fastball or something that had some movement. Yu has taken 2 pitches, measuring Barrett. Spencer walked in his first at-bat. The windup and a swing and a miss as he dispatches Spencer Yu on 3 pitches. That'll bring up Logan Crock, who dropped a single into shallow right center field in the second inning. Crock 3 for his, make it, I think 4 for his last 6. He got a 2-run double in the final at bat against the Paducah Chiefs a couple of nights ago up at Paducah. Well, I guess this is the 4th away game. Forgot about being at Paducah. So Fulton, Hoptown, Paducah, and now Henderson. Tapper down to third base line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it won't stay fair. It hits to the left, and Andrew Lee comes from behind home plate and picks it up. The grass would have never let it get back in. It was not hit hard enough. Logan Crock, a switch hitter, started out extremely slow with the stick. As I said, now I believe he's 4 out of his last 6, 3 for 5, 4 for 6. Like to see him stay hot. Was the leadoff batter for the first, I think, 4 games. Pops that one up and out of play. A safe wear, or a AAA autograph foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Safeware's got two big signs out there on the outfield wall at Drakes Creek, field number 3. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Long pause, and no longer, as the first 2 have gone down swinging against Jacob Barrett. Slider bailed out of the strike zone, stayed down low. Lou D'Alessio stands in. Got a couple different colored bats. This one all pink, about halfway down or down to the label, and then gray below that. He had one at Paducah that was, I think, pink and yellow, maybe some orange on there as Barrett comes in throwing strikes. Alessio, 4 hits on the year. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The windup, AAA Autoglass, foul ball. Not sure if they're giving anything out for these young guys that are going after the foul balls, but been a few of them tonight, and I've seen one guy hot after it. He's going the wrong way. There's a fence now here at Henderson where only access, that chops over the pitcher's mound. It's going to be a tough play. Gloving Satterfield, and he throws on the run and gets D'Alessio. Nice play there by Alex Satterfield. And another 1-2-3 inning is the Rhythm of 10 up, 10 down in the last 10 batters. That was a difficult play for Satterfield. Head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll keep it right here. Who are we going to use as our alumni spotlight tonight? Let's go to the Wayback Machine. I still don't know who it's going to be. Oh, I know who I was going to pull out. I was actually going to tell you about the final game that was played here. See if I can pull that back up. I have the box score from the championship game that was won by the Rhythm right here on this field in 2023. Starting pitcher in that game was Jackson Underwood. Went 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs that were earned, walked a batter, struck out 5. But Jack Thompson, who was on the broadcast the other night, got the victory. He went 3 2/3. Not his best outing, but 5 innings, 5 runs, but only 2 of those were earned. So there was an error obviously involved. And walked 4, struck out 2. Aaron Hash came in and saved Jack Thompson's bacon. Hash got his 4th save, it says on this box score. That may be wrong or right. He went an inning, a third, 1 hit, shutout baseball, and Full Count Rhythm got the 8-7 victory. Had an 8-4 lead. Had to hold on, but won their second championship back on July 30th, 2023, right here against the Henderson Flash. Of course, last year the Henderson Flash defeated the Fulton Railroaders and won their first championship. So our alumni spotlight, those pitchers. Let's see who had good night at the plate. Here was the starting lineup: Henry Jackson, Drew Robertson, Levi Perrell, Jackson Cothran, Sam Slaughter, Walker Strange, Reese Holbrook, Frankie Delgado, Brett Waringer, the 9. And it looks like Jackson Cothran with did he get a big fly? No, 1 hit. He got 4 RBIs in that game. Did include a sac fly. Drew Robertson went 3 for 4. Henry Jackson 2 for 4 in that ball game. And while going over the alumni spotlight, we've got a new pitcher on the mound. That's a right-hander. Looks like Dawson Sweeney out there as he delivers the first pitch strike. Next pitch gets down in the dirt.
No.
Don't know these guys by face, all of them yet. Dawson Sweeney is 6'1", 210-pound rising sophomore at Trevecca. He's from Hermitage, Tennessee, and that ball is lined out to right field. First batter he faces reaches on a single. That's Aiden Mouton, the number 2 hole hitter. Now Christian Kuiper stands in. Aiden Mouton now 2 for 3 on the left field and now to right field for his hits. Kuiper delivered an RBI single the last time he came to the plate. That's going to be a pass ball. Not sure if Stewart got crossed up on the pitch or not, but down to second. Looked like a pretty good pitch. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't called a strike. Did not hear the umpire, but maybe I think he got hit by that ball. Looking at Kevin, and there's our game changer guy. Whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Don't want to yell over at Kevin and ask him how he ruled that. Sitting out in the stands. That will foul back to the screen and does not knock my internet router box off the ledge. Time is called. Stewart will go out and chat with Sweeney to make sure they're on the same page with regard to the signs. Dawson Sweeney went to Nolensville High School, the son of Bobby and Shanna Sweeney, brother to Abby and Case, grandson of Paw in Jackson, Mississippi, and grandma in Abilene, Texas. Camden Angel, former rhythm player, is his mentor. Dawson, 3rd appearance of the year. Already got 4 innings, just gave up his 2nd hit of the year. 2 runs and one of those earned. Walked 4, struck out 6. 2.25 ERA. 1-2 count, and the pitch. That's over and right down the can, taken for a called strike, a Safeware strikeout. 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Kuiper. And the first out here in the 5th. Now Andrew Lee, so for 2, stands in. Slipped out of Sweeney's hand, apparently landed way over Lee's head. DJ here just having to. Runner goes from 2nd to 3rd. No throw. Pitch called a strike, stolen base by Mouton. He reached 2nd on a pass ball. Not sure why Stewart must have just seen a huge jump. 2nd stolen base of the night by Henderson. Backhanded on the slider away. That's what they're trying to get to with that song, Wild Thing. Now it makes sense. Had no idea what it was before that. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss at the letters. Lee could not climb the ladder to get to that high strike. Connor Bowden on deck. 2-2. He got to that one, but just underneath it, and that took a bite out of our home plate umpire, who's still bending down. Both catcher and batter checking on our unknown umpire. Three-man crew here. He's smiling, I can see. Discussing the fun of playing baseball and excitement of wearing the uniform. Now both first base umpire and third base umpire are going to come in. See if we can check on our arbiter behind the plate. Now, one of the coaches for Henderson Flash. Head coach is J.D. Arndt. I believe he's been here since they started. He's assisted by Brandon Boxer, Cody Schultz. Pitching coach is Scott, either Muller or Mueller. Mueller. I've seen it pronounced either way. Still checking. Now they have deemed that he's okay. Henderson Flash got into the league in 2017. Most wins through the 2023 season. 29 wins in 2022. Home plate umpires put the ball back in play, and we're ready to go. It's Dawson Sweeney on the mound. He's pitching to Andrew Lee with a runner at third. The 2-2. Fouled out of play. AAA Autoglass or shower door glass or shower hardware. Foul ball. With the full count rhythm are the fastest team to 100 wins in the Ohio Valley League since it started back in 2011. Took 134 games for full count to win their 100. That's popped up on the right side. Jackson Cothran is going to go over and make the catch as Spencer Yu was coming in behind him. Spencer apparently playing pretty far back. Cothran comes in to make the catch. Connor Bowden steps in. One of two players on the Henderson roster, let's say from Middle Tennessee State University, he and Hayden Jones. Left-handed hitter nods in the affirmative when the umpire calls that one a strike. Bowden doubled down that left field line right over the head of Jake Merrick at third base, drove in a run in the third. Sweeney misses just below the knees. Dawson Sweeney, the third pitcher on for the Rhythm. Logan Harrell went the first 2 1/3 innings. Left with an injury, and Eli Potter came in. 1 2/3 innings of 1 hit, no run baseball. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Faced 6 batters. See if Sweeney's out for a couple of innings here in relief, hoping for the Rhythm to get the sticks going here at Henderson, Kentucky. We'll hit off and go over the roof here. I thought that they had put new roof here over the stands on either side of home plate, but I was wrong. So we have a full count, Ministries full count, runner at third base, 2 out. The bottom of the 5th, swing, and it just gets a piece of it. On deck, Jackson Pruitt picks up that baseball, hoping to get an at-bat in the inning. Dawson Sweeney be happy to face Jackson Pruitt leading off the 6th. Batting here in the bottom of the 5th. Left-handed hitting Connor Bowden playing center field tonight. And the pitch, another pop-up in the infield. See who takes that. Logan Kroc behind second base. A can of corn. as the Flash strand a runner at third. No runs, one hit, no errors. That pass ball's counted in an error, but not shown in the error column. We'll head to the top of the sixth. The Rhythm and to get the old Hickory steel press bats going. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball broadcast network.
That was little Eli practicing his broadcasting at home tonight. He said, let's get back to more Full Count Rhythm baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. My daughter-in-law texted that to the whole family. That's Time with Eli. I've had that on the broadcast in the past, so thank you, little E. Got that. I don't know how well you could hear that on the broadcast. We'll have to figure out, maybe get him to do some of these bumpers for me. Top of the sixth we go. John Paul Head leading off for the second time tonight. Jacob Barrett back out on the mound for the Flash. Seems like I have to reboot the Facebook sometimes to see some of the comments. And even higher was that fastball. Barrett struck out 2, retired all 3 batters he faced in the 5th, on in relief of Ryan Waterman. Now having trouble facing one of the hottest hitters in the OVL is over 2 and hunting his first hit of the ball game. There's a pitch gets in there for a called strike. 3-1 count now to John Paul Head, the rising sophomore at UAB, hometown of Vestavia Hills, Alabama, just south of Birmingham, and that's ball 4, and Head reaches. Jackson Cothran 1 for 2, solo home run in the first, struck out looking in the third. Got the capability of getting hot. Rhythm hoping that's the case here as he steps in as the Rhythm down 4-1. 4 unanswered runs by the Flash, who come in with a 2-3 record. The Rhythm are in first place 5-1. Cothran is pitching for Henderson. They are all over the outside corner. Cothran, and he's now 2 hits in the ball game. Ropes that one between first and second baseman. And the first 2 on here for Full Count. Got a little something going on. Jake Merrick, who's 1 for 2, stands in. Cawthorn had hit some balls hard. He just happened to hit them right to people, but he was doing a lot of popping up as well. And Merrick, opportunity to tie this ball game with a big fly. Holds that bat high and exaggerated stance where he leans out over. Is that pitch called a strike? He's now having a conversation with home plate umpire about where that might have been. Started a little bit late tonight. Supposed to start at 6:30. 9 minutes late, 6:39. Had some weather roll through Henderson this afternoon. No tarp here at Bill Heath Field in the city park in Henderson. So they had to take a little time, get the field ready. 2 on, nobody out, top of the 6th, and that ball gets by the catcher. Back to the screen. Not a lot of room behind home plate and the screen, but that was enough to move Head up 90 feet to third. And Cawthorn was able to amble down to second base. Runners now at second and third. Andrew Lee will go out and have a confab with Jacob Barrett, sophomore at Kirkwood Community College. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike to Merrick. Jake came in hitting .333. Now has 7 hits for the day. Second on the club in that category. Picked up his 6th single, which leads the club. Also has a double, 3 RBIs, looking to increase that by a pair right here with a safety into the outfield. Getting on base at a .552 clip. This is all according to the stats by Tim Reese, not depending on Game Changer and other teams scoring or non-scoring or not getting scoring in or not being correct. I'm just handling it all myself on an Excel spreadsheet. What's a retired guy got to do? On the inside corner for a called strike. I mean, as my son used to say, you can sleep when you die. Just burn the midnight oil. I mean, who doesn't love a good spreadsheet? Isn't it right, Dub? 2-2 count. That's drilled. That's getting over the head and into left field. That should score 2. Merrick rounds second, and he'll drop the anchor at first. Or rounds first, drops the anchor as he thought about heading to second. But that will get the rhythm to within 1. And the tying run on base. Nice line drive by Jake Merrick. He's 2 for 3. John Paul Head coming in to score. Jackson Cawthorn right behind him on the line drive over the shortstop's head, Brady Gold. Now Charlie Bozeman 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Ball 1. So back-to-back hits for the Rhythm. It's now 5 in the game. They have out-hit the Flash. Ground ball to short. This could be 2. Gold gloves over to second, but a bobble at second base by Alex Satterfield. And Bozeman reaches on the fielder's choice.
Now batting.
Sharply hit ground ball to Gold. He went down to a knee and collected that and got rid of it very smoothly over to Satterfield. But as soon as Satterfield got it in the glove and tried to throw on to first base, double clutch, Bozeman able to beat the throw to first. Now it's Nolan Sargent's time. He's 0 for 2. Stands in with 1 out. And a runner on. Pitch just a little bit up. So Merrick erased on the base paths after picking up the 2-run single. Slider misses inside. Several rhythm hitters trying to get hot here. At the start of the season, Sargent swings over a slider. First strike. Not sure if he was guessing on the 2-0 or not. If he was guessing fastball, he didn't get it, but he still took a healthy cut. Got another wrinkle right there as a grunt came from Barrett that time. Taken for a strike. 5'10", 180-pound rising sophomore. Papaw and Granny in Chattanooga, Nanny in Chattanooga. Might be listening in. His mentor, Brandon Jaggers. Tapper foul that scatters a few of the players over in the Henderson dugout. Jonas Smithson, the first base coach for Full Count Rhythm. Tosses the ball into the dugout. Carson Howard's down at third base. Still haven't asked if they're flashing signs down at third base. Pretty sure the runners are on their own. 2-2 pitch is way away, and that will get over to my area. Andrew Lee comes over to say hello. Full Count Ministries, full count as Bozeman moves down to second base on the wild pitch. Three runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Full Count. 4-4-0 for the Flash as the Rhythm bat here in the top of the 6th. Nolan Sargent sees strike 3 that shouted from the outside corner as Sargent was throwing the bat away, and that may have been one of the farther ones outside that I've seen. I am not right behind home plate, but I've been watching the pitches all night long, and that one looks farther out than any of the others. Now Jonathan Stewart try to tie the game up for the Rhythm with a base hit. Bozeman leads off a second. Stewart moves away from a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Jonathan 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. And this is on that same sharp breaking slider, and now Barrett in the driver's seat with an 0-2 count. John Paul had walked to begin the inning. Jackson Cothran drilled a base hit into right field, and Jake Merrick, after a wild pitch, drove in those 2 runs. Slider misses up. Bozeman grounds into a fielder's choice. Nolan Sargent takes the pitch outside corner for a called strike. Now Stewart with a 1-2 count. And he's going to go down. Walk over and get his gear on as he goes down looking. The back-to-back backward Ks in the book. Jacob Barrett retires the last 3 batters that he faces. It does give up 2 runs. They were earned on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. The Rhythm pulled within 1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Shall get back to the action here as we are waiting on Jonathan Stewart to come out of the dugout. Dawson Sweeney is back out on the mound for the Rhythm. Rhythm with a solo home run from Jackson Cothran in the first inning to get on the board. Henderson Flash with 2 unearned runs in the second off of Logan Harrell after an error by Spencer Yu at second base. A home run after getting 2 out by Brady Gold made those runs unearned. Then Harrell started out the bottom of the third, got the first batter on a ground out, then hit the leadoff batter, Keelan Sanders. Aiden Mouton singled to left, 2 runners on. Christian Kuiper drove in 1 run. Then on a 2-2 count to Andrew Lee, head coach Josh Carman saw that Logan Harrell appeared to be feeling some discomfort and came out, checked on him. Looked like he had some issues. So that ball is grounded to you. He gloves one-handed, throws over to first to retired Jackson Pruitt, who put the bat on the ball for the first time in fair territory. Strikeout victim the first 2 times he's come to the plate. He's now 0 for 3. Then Logan Harrell was pulled from the game. Eli Potter came on. Got a fly out on the batter Andrew Lee that he came in to face, but then Connor Bowden delivered a opposite field double down the left field line to drive in the second run of the inning to give the Flash a 4-1 lead at that time. Full Count just scored 2 in the top of the 6th on 2-run single by Jake Merrick. Now trail by 1. Popped up. That is back here my way. I hope it doesn't make it between. And it is not handled. Brady Gold, 1 for 2. Popped that one up right here in your living room. I had to look up to see if it was coming to my way. It looked like Jonathan Stewart was fighting the umpire there for a bit, but then overran it. Dawson Sweeney ahead 0-2. Pitch down in the dirt. Full Count back at home tomorrow to take on the Hoptown Hoppers. 7:05 is scheduled game time. Can't make it out. We'll have it on the Full Count Broadcast Network, running 4 cameras from the press box. That ball's hit high and deep to left field. Back goes Charlie Bozeman. He's going to watch another one go out of here. It's Brady Gold, who's just hit his second home run of the ball game. First was a 2-run shot This one a solo shot. Trying to see how many. Those are his first two of the year. Now Jake Dupree will stand in. One out. Pretty close pitch right there, called ball one. Brady Gold looking like Babe Ruth here tonight. Gold had one hit coming into tonight's action. It was a single. Dupree's over 2. He struck out twice. Fouls that one back. Gold was 1 for 10 according to Game Changer. That struck out 4 times. He's gone yard dog twice tonight. 3 RBIs. His count goes to 3 balls and a strike. So Gold now has 4 RBIs on the season. That called strike at the letters, maybe a hair high. It's Dupree headed off to first base a little early. The Full Count Ministries full count. Alex Satterfield, the next scheduled batter. Dawson Sweeney pitches from the stretch and delivers. That's lined right at Jackson Cothran, who makes the stab, and it's out number 2. Dupree's bid for an opposite field base hit stolen by Jackson Cothran playing first base tonight. Alex Satterfield 0 for 1 with a walk. Steps to the plate, the 9-hole hitter. Pops this one up in the infield. First pitch swinging. Jake Merrick, the arms out to the side in an international sign of, I've got this one. And he does. Route number 3. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Brady Gold, 3 RBIs. He's the JP head, the John Paul head of the Rhythm tonight. Head to the top of the 7th inning. The Rhythm will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Top of the 7th. Looks like that's Jacob Barrett still out on the mound as umpire between me and the pitcher. Barrett just delivers one to the backstop. He'll face Spencer Yu, Logan Kroc, and Lou DeLessio. Combined 1 for 6 of those 3, and Spencer Yu looking to get back on the hit train. Walked and struck out. He was the first batter that Barrett faced. He came in the 5th. And first pitch in there to you for a called strike. I believe it was a 3-pitch strikeout to Spencer. So he has delivered 4 pitches to Spencer YU, and all 4 have been in the strike zone or swinging. And there's another one. Gets ahead with that fastball and then starts throwing that breaking pitch that falls off the table as soon as he gets to the plate. From Kirkwood Community College. Now with a 2-run lead after the solo home run by Gold. Not sure what that pitch was. I wonder if he's throwing a changeup and letting go of it a little too early. Rhythm 5-1, lost. Mew goes down swinging for the second time. Now 5 strikeouts, and that's 3 in a row for Barrett.
Now batting for the room. Number 1, Mernier. Wow.
Rhythm won the first 3 games and then lost to the Madisonville Miners in a battle of undefeateds at that point in time. Logan Croc swings over a breaking pitch. Might have been looking for the fastball again there. Got it and didn't swing that time. Madisonville Miners are 4-1 as they did not play in yesterday's game. And another strikeout. 4 in a row. That's 6 for Jacob Barrett. Had a little bump there. 3 batters, John Paul Head, Jackson Cothran, and Jake Merrick, that resulted in 2 runs in the 6th. Otherwise, Jacob Barrett has been money for the Flash. Lou D'Alessio, the leadoff batter, he waves as he was not sure of what was coming that time. He was fooled on the first strike. 0 for 3, a couple flyouts and a ground out. It's the same pitch, takes this one for a strike. Valerie Morrow says, "Go Lou." Back a little while ago on Facebook. 0-2. Reached out and just poked to right field. That's going to drop. Lou D'Alessio has done that about 2 or 3 times. He loves going the opposite way. They pitch him outside, and he goes with the pitch. John Paul Head will stand in now. Home run lead of 2 home runs. Let's see if he could possibly bow up here and tie this ball game up. 6th hit of the game. Now for full count. He was not sure, just like Lou on the first pitch. Tried to check his swing on the breaking pitch. Dialed up for the fastball, but got the breaker. Head 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Runner goes, double clutch by Lee and D'Alessio in there safely. Pitch called a ball. Stolen base for Sweet Lou. Anybody named Lou? Lou Pinella. Not sure who originally. Who was the original Sweet Lou? Was it Lou Brock? Maybe Lou Brock was the first Lou that I knew. Lou Pinella was another Sweet Lou. Runner now in scoring position. John Paul Head, leader in RBIs in the league. Take ball 2. 14 ribbies. Barrett with a couple looks back at second. D'Alessio leads. That's going to get into the dirt, and Andrew Lee can't find it momentarily. D'Alessio's going to move over to third. just because he can on the wild pitch. The first two retired on strikes, then a poked single in the right field, stolen base on a wild pitch move. D'Alessio to third. Paducah Chiefs lead the Fulton Railroaders 6-3. And the Hoptown Hoppers are the only team who have not won a game. Don't look like it's going to happen tonight. They're hosting the Madisonville Miners and losing 11-2. 3-1 pitch taken for a strike by Head. That might have been the pitch he wanted to take a hack at. He's probably going to get the breaking pitch here. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Stay tuned toward the end of the game. We're going to have a Full Count Ministries verse, but that's not what the rhythm we're looking for. No runs, one hit, no errors, one runner left at third base. We're going to the bottom of the seventh. It's stretch time here in Henderson, Kentucky.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association, local 3460, call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Braylon Hall, the fourth pitcher for Full Count, on in relief of Dawson Sweeney. Sweeney goes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, a run. It was earned. Did not walk a batter, struck out 1. That 1 earned run was a solo home run by Brady Gold. His right-hander, Braylon Hall, from Lee University. 6'2", 170-pound sophomore from Knoxville Farragut. There's the other Farragut Admiral. I will remember that at some point in time this year. Right-hander, I believe his parents, Scott and Suzanne, are here at the ballpark. I'm not sure if Nana from Lenore City is here, though. His mentor, Tanner Sandell. So a Lee U versus a Lee U here. Keelan Sanders, it says, from Lee University. So teammate facing teammate. Hall delivers the first pitch low and inside. Hall's third appearance of the year. Gets a called strike there. 4 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. Walked 2, struck out 4. Missed somewhere with that pitch. Not sure where. Has plunked a team lead 4 batters. 3 of those in 1 game. His last, that ground ball over to you. And he charges gloves and throws on the run for the first out. Aiden Mouton will check in. Sanders grounded out 3 times tonight. The only time he scored was when he got hit by a pitch. That was Logan Harrell's second hit batter of the year. So Keelan Sanders and Lou D'Alessio, the leadoff batters for their respective teams, both wear the number 20. That breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. And there are the leadoff batters. Sanders is the left fielder, DeLessio the center fielder. After that, for the Flash, every number is a single digit. Another breaking pitch, another strike. Hall ahead in the count to the 2-hole hitter, the DH Aiden Mouton. 0-2, grounded to third. Merrick from deep in third base, a looping throw is, I'm not sure if Mouton either doesn't run well or slips coming out of the box, but Merrick knew that he didn't need to rush his throw, and he didn't. He sidearm little lazy looper. He didn't dial it up at all. Retires Mouton, so the first two retired. I think Mouton is, I thought it hit off his foot, actually, and that's what J.D. Arndt's going to come out and have a conversation with the home plate umpire. Actually, I thought it hit off of something there at the plate. So we've got a meet and greet with our three umpires now between home plate and the mound. It looked funny. It sounded funny coming off the ground. But normally you see the batter just come up hobbling right away. And they're going to say no go. If I'm the batter and it hits my foot, I'm not running to first. He may get me out, but I'm not running to first. I'm stating my case right there at the batter's box, because if you run to first, it's almost like you admit that it didn't hit you. That's just my professional opinion as a 26-year veteran of federal law enforcement. 2 outs, nobody on. Christian Kuiper struck out swinging in the first, singled, drove in a run in the third, struck out looking. Here he takes a big hack. Comes up empty. Raylan Hall trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here. Told you that last night was the 4-year anniversary of the first full count rhythm broadcast. That pitch fouled out of play. AAA glass, foul ball. So from June the 6th, 2021 to tonight, I have now done 592 broadcasts. Not all full count rhythm. Hey, get that one while you're over there, kids. That's another AAA auto glass foul ball. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count rhythm, about 188, maybe 190 games now. Ball State, baseball, basketball, softball, probably about 270. At a Full Count Ministries full count. Done other JUCO baseball and basketball. Full count pitch is that same spot that rung up. Who was it? Somebody took that one for a called strike. Was it Jonathan Stewart, I think? Ball 4 allows Kuiper to reach. Andrew Lee steps in. Cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 3. Big thanks to Zach Williams. He's helped me along the way. And there's lined out to right field. Nolan Sargent charges, dives, makes a no. Does not get the ball in his glove. Does he or does he not? The Rhythm are running off the field. I'm not sure who's making that call. All the umpires are looking at each other, but everybody's acting as though he made the catch. I couldn't see it. I got screened, but it is a highlight play. I wished you could have seen it. A line out by Andrew Lee diving. I saw Sargent leave his feet. He dove. I just wasn't sure if he actually collected it in his glove. Apparently he did. No runs, no hits, no errors, one runner left on base. We are through 7. And the Rhythm trail 5-3. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Jackson Cothran to lead off the top of the 8th for Full Count. 2 for 3 on the night. Solo home run in the first. Singled and scored in the 6th. Rhythm down by 2 as it gets late here in Henderson, Kentucky. Trying to get out of here before the rain shows up again. Jacob Barrett out for his 4th inning of work after coming on in relief of Ryan Waterman. Liking that slider that he's throwing right there. Looks like we might be okay on the rain front. Shows 15% chance around here. Another slider with a grunt that stays upstairs. Whole lot of rain north of us, though. Heading through Indianapolis over there by Fishers and Noblesville, Indiana. Swinging a foul tip. That's going to catch a little bite of the home plate umpire. He didn't move, though. Now he's testing out that right foot. I think he got the right instep. And my watch says it's time to stand. Not yet. Not till the game is over. Swing and a miss on a pitch disappearing. Lee completes the out, thrown down to first base. And the 8th strikeout for Jacob Barrett. Jake Merrick will step in. He had a line drive single in the left center field that scored 2. In his last at-bat, he's also 2 for 3. Yesterday, 3 batters had all 6 of the hits for Full Count in the 6-0 victory over Fulton Railroaders. John Paul Head was 2 for 2. Parker Staborski, not in today's lineup, was 2 for 4. He had a couple singles. And Logan Kroc, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Jake Merrick and Jackson Cothran with 2 hits each. Merrick backs away from that inside pitch that Seen called a strike, seemingly. After this half inning, we'll have our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Of course, we'll have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game as soon as we can identify that person. Breaking pitch misses down. Yesterday was John Paul Head for the 3rd time in 6 games, along with the 3 pitchers who combined on the 1-hit shutout. Chase Fernandez, Eli Lamb, and Carter Kelly. Big thanks to Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, the title sponsor. Todd and Linda Hunley. Been in business for over 20 years. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Again, Rivergate Mall right behind the Chick-fil-A store, that whole area going to get just a whole redo. 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4, and Merrick reaches. 1 out walk. Second walk of the game by Barrett. Third walk of a rhythm batter.
Now that's number 14, Charlie Bozeman.
Charlie Bozeman stands in, but not before. There'll be a visit to the mound. And I don't think this is Muller or Mueller. I want to, honestly, this guy looks like a guy who pitched for the Flash a couple of years ago. I'm going to have to get, I could be way off, but I thought there was a guy named Logan Haslam who was a pitcher for them. I want to say he was like out of Willamette. But last year, Logan Haslam and Josh Coons of the Henderson Flash, along with Dalton Sisson of the Hoptown Hoppers and Luke Connors of the Madison Miners, had 4 wins apiece. They were a piece, not a peach. They were the winners of the most wins award in the Ohio Valley League last year. The earned run average winner was Logan Haslam of 1.59 ERA. Strikeout leader was Braden Eftink from the Hoptown Hoppers. He had 57 Ks. And Jack McLaury for the Paducah Chiefs, formerly of the Vol State Pioneers, led the league in saves last year. He'll be heading to Milligan to become a Buffalo, along with his former teammates Brody Melton and Landon Luderman over there at Milligan, as the meeting has concluded. And Charlie Bozeman gets in the box. That slider misses down. So Zach Williams would say that's an unsuccessful mound meeting there. Of course, tomorrow is Sunday. We'll have to get back from our trip, get up early, attend services, then be back at the ballpark tomorrow night. Bozeman takes a strike. Looked like it almost hit his right knee. That one bank of lights out there in right center field. Not an appealing look on this zoom camera. Nothing I can do about it. Bozeman right on the plate, and he backs away from that inside fastball. With them down 5-3. 6 hits for full count. I've got 6 for Henderson. That ball gets in the dirt and gets by, and Andrew Lee will come over to the broadcast table. Not being rude, but he did not say hello. Wild pitch moves Merrick down to second base. 3-1 count to Charlie Bozeman. Where's the number 14? Pete Rose number. Ground ball to the left side. That will sneak on through into left field. Merrick had to hold up to see if that was going to be fielded, but Bozeman picks up his first hit of the ball game. Now runners at first and third. The 4th hit off of Jacob Barrett. Can't see their bullpen to see if they have anybody warming, but I'd be surprised if they don't. 7th hit now, and that'll bring up Nolan Sargent, who's looking for his first hit in a while. First and third, 1 out. Barrett, a couple looks down to his wrist and Not sure what that was about. Not really looking at a base runner, doesn't look like. Sargent fouls the first pitch over to the Flash dugout. Sargent got his one hit at Hoptown in the 8-6 victory. His first at bat of the game that night. Looking for his second on the season.
Now batting, number 11, Noah.
Something smelling good here at the park. Not a big crowd. I'm sure they were thinking there might have been some rain in the area. 1-1 pitch. That's going to catch the outside corner. Breaking pitch. Merrick at third after drawing the walk and reaching second on the wild pitch. Moved to third on Charlie Bozeman's ground ball through the left side. First and third, tying runs are on base. Sargent swings at a pitch high and cannot catch up to that one. He has got the hat trick tonight. That's his third time that he struck out. 9th strikeout for Jacob Barrett. Now the Rhythm have 2 outs, and Jonathan Stewart has been a strikeout victim twice tonight. Steps to the plate. From Smyrna, Tennessee. Was in the portal, but he knew all along where he was going to transfer. Daytona State to Volunteer State. Saw his new head coach at the ballpark last night. Swings and misses on the breaking pitch. Jim McGuire at Drakes Creek, number 3 yesterday. Saw 3 of his current players, Jaden Perez, A.J. Armstrong, and Brady Davis, who play for the Fulton Railroaders. Another breaking pitch called strike, and Stewart now down in the count 0-2. When you're scuffling, it seems like you stepped to the plate and it's 0-2. See if Jonathan can pull out of this right here. Deliver a big hit for full count here in game number 7. The 0-2 swings and misses at a breaking pitch that was not over the plate, but he was trying to protect. And Jacob Barrett strikes out the side and strands runners at the corners. Runner was going from first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. And it is Full Count Rhythm, Full Count Ministries verse of the game time. Tonight's verse coming out of the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 16. Just heard a podcast of last Sunday's sermon. I wasn't able to get to it for Long Hollow, and this is the main verse that Brother Robbie Gallaty spoke on. For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes. First for the Jew, then in his version it said the Greek. That means also then to the Gentile. Romans 1:16, book written by the Apostle Paul. And I've seen that verse tattooed on the forearm of Michael Lorenzen, as a matter of fact. Pitcher in the major leagues, all throughout his right arm. That is a solid verse. If you're looking to memorize any scripture, that is one for sure to memorize. Full Count got the mission journey started yesterday. Got on the road. First group headed down to Nicaragua today. Hopefully they have landed. They may be listening in, but I have not seen anybody check in yet on the broadcast that may have gone. Not even sure who's leading this first week. The board of directors for Full Count Ministries, the umbrella organization that the Full Count Rhythm falls under. President is Brandon Jaggers, Vice President Grant Edwards, joined by this current board that is made up of Todd Hundley of Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, Chad Lamberth of Old Hickory Bats, and Dave Lamarb, the retired longtime City of Hendersonville employee, was the Director of Parks and Registration. Now that job handled by Andy Gilley. And Chad Hutton, I believe, is a pastor And then the new board members that I understand that will come on board beginning August 1st are Tanner Sandell, Jeff Newman, Eric Alexander, Dylan Doris, Wilson Reese, my son, and Alan Sills, the father of Tyler Sills. More importantly, the son of Grand Nora Sills, 90, I'm not sure if she's gotten her 91st birthday yet. Grand Nora down in Starkville, Mississippi. She's a super fan. Checked in on the broadcast the other day and tuned in on Facebook. I'll tell you, she is a sweetheart. Move to the bottom of the 8th. Braylon Hall delivers to Connor Bowden, low and away. The Wilkins were listening in. Got a text from Mark Wilkins down in Monticello, Georgia. Mark and Lori Wilkins, the parents of Spencer, couple of year player. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Connor Bowden, the 5-hole hitter. I think I heard Jonah Smithson say that Spencer may be coming up as a wave and a miss and a Safeway strikeout for Braylon Hall, his first of the ball game. Connor Bowden now 1 for 4. Jackson Pruitt 0 for 3 stands in. Did I just see, Mark Dixon, that Michael Lorenzen threw a no-hitter? I saw something. I wasn't sure if it was an old post as that pitch gets in there for a called strike. But I saw a final out, and I thought Michael Lorenzen did he throw a no-hitter for the Kansas City Royals? Mark Dixon will know. He's a big Royals fan. Doug Dorn checking in. There we go. Look at you, Doug Dorn, research assistant. I'm telling you, that is Logan Haslam. So there, the Henderson Flash website is incorrect, saying Scott Mueller is the pitching coach. That's a strike at the hollow of the knees. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thank you, Doug Dorn, with a silent H. 2-2, slider misses low and away. Now full count Ministries. Full count. Got the long hair still. OVL's pitcher of the year last year. Full count, first pitch, foul ball. That gets over the batting cage down the right field line. Count remains full. So I will change my roster. That is, in fact, Logan Haslam. He was a tough pitcher 2 years ago. Look at me see, I got a little bit of a memory. That breaking pitch freezes Jackson Pruitt in another Safeway strikeout as he wears the hat trick. That's 3 strikeouts for him tonight. And back-to-back Ks for Braylon Hall, the Lee University Flame. Now Brady Gold, who has been golden tonight, 2-run homer in the second to put the Flash on top, flew out to right field, and then a solo home run, his second of the year. In the 6th, takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. Rhythm will have one last shot in the top of the 9th to hopefully overcome only a 2-run deficit. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Golden looking for the trifecta there, trying to go yardo 3 times. Timeout call. As a matter of fact, I think that's his second timeout. Do you only get 1 per at-bat, or do you get 1 per game? Our home plate umpire did not make note of this one, though. Breaking pitch misses down. Thanks to the folks here to help with the broadcast tonight, I forgot my power cord. Braylon Hall walking off the mound, but home plate umpire not in agreement with his assessment of that pitch. Says, come on back and throw another one. All twos on that board. Lifted out to center field. D'Alessio coming on hard, diving, can't come up with that one. Rounding first, heading to second as Sargent picks the ball up and gets it back in, but a head first dive. Brady Gold picks up his third extra base hit of the ball game. Gets in there with a double. D'Alessio playing fairly deep with home run hitter Gold at the plate. Tried to make a Nolan Sargent type of a play. Couldn't come up with it. It glanced off his glove into right center field, and Sargent's relay into the infield not in time to get Gold. Now 3 for 4. Now Jake Dupree stands in with 2 outs and 1 on. See if the rhythm can give him the hat trick tonight. It means good things in hockey. Doesn't mean such good things for the batter in baseball. And the hat trick belongs to the batter if he strikes out. Line out to right field. Nolan Sargent comes on and able to keep his feet and make the catch here. Dupree puts good wood on that one for the second time. Lined out to Jackson Cothran in his last at bat after striking out the first 2 times. As we will go to the ninth. Rhythm trail 5-3. The Rhythm will send 8, 9, and 1 who are scheduled. Let's see if we'll have a relief pitcher. We will, looks like. Looks like our DH is going to come out of the DH spot. We'll be right back. We'll take, you know what, maybe we'll just keep it right here. Let me keep it right here. Tell you about this new pitcher, Aiden Mouton, the DH, now becomes the pitcher. As he will come on in relief of Jacob Barrett. See if we can find some statistical accomplishments for number 2. It is a save situation. Doug Dorn with another text says that Reed, Glover, and Adam Spates leading the current trip. A lot of station camp kids. Reed, I think, does lead a Devo group down there at his alma mater, the Station Camp Bison. So I think they said 64 or 65 high school students going on mission to Nicaragua this year. That may be a record. This is the second outing for Aiden Mouton. He delivered 2 innings in his first appearance. Now see who that was against. That was back on June 3rd against the Fulton Railroaders. No hits, no runs, 1 walk. As the commissioner is here, Will Cox showing up. Gonna have to bring a chair for Will next time. Spencer Yu looks at a breaking pitch outside of the zone. Ball 1, Spencer looking for his first hit. Backs away from that inside pitch, and he's out ahead 2-0. Mouton walked about or struck out 3 from LSU Eunice, one of 4 for LSU Eunice. And I think, did Spencer say he thinks that pitch hit him? Not sure, but we got a 3-ball, no strike count. Now it's a 4-pitch walk. And it brings the tying run to the plate, and that's Logan Kroc, the switch hitting shortstop. Second walk of the ball game by Yu. So number 22, Jacob Barrett, gives away to number 2, Aiden Mouton. As well as a pinch runner for Spencer Yu. That's Parker Staborski. number 10. Borski 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts, but honestly, his run right now is not the main run. Logan Kroc, who's at the plate, is the main run. He's 1 for 3. Struck out twice. He's glad to see Jacob Barrett leave. Still not ready as Mouton steps off. The DH now pitcher. So 9, and then to follow Lou DeLessio, the top of the order, squaring around a bunt. Popping it up is Kroc. He's trying to bunt for a hit, not to move Staborski down to second base. Had a bunt hit at Paducah the other night. Kroc ready to take a hack at that fastball and fouls it back. A little tardy on that fastball. Todd Neal rooting for a crooked number on the board. Hendo, is that Henry the Eagle, Henry the Tribe Jackson listening in with his soon-to-be bride, Rebecca Payton? Hendo and Rebecca say hello. They're getting married, I think. Is it this month? Probably. Just missed inside. Mouton bringing it. That's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kroc ready and fouls it off the screen again. Staying alive is the Butler Bulldog from Noblesville, Fishers, Indiana. We have, like you have a Soddy and a Daisy in Tennessee, and then a Soddy Daisy. Swings and misses there, and he wears the hat trick tonight with another swing and a miss. A fastball in the outside corner. Now having a conversation with Lou DeLessio. A right-handed hitted center fielder. Reached out and punched one into right field his last time up. Rhythm now down to their final 2 outs. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Jake Merrick looking right now like the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. We'll have to see before the game ends, as now Andrew Lee's going to go out and have a confab with Aiden Moulton. Four innings worked by Barrett. Four hits, 2 runs. They were earned. Struck out 10 batters in those 4 innings. He pulled a Logan Harrell. And he walked 2 batters. Don't think he plunked 1 rhythm batter. Faced 18 in the ballgame. And a successful visit by Andrew Lee as Mouton gets the called strike. 2-1. That's popped out to shallow right center field. That may drop. An attempt by Alex Satterfield, and Luke DeLessio has him another bloop single.
Now batting for the Rhythm.
In the final score sheet, it's going to look like a screaming Mimi in the book. On mine, I actually do show it as a bloop single so I can describe it if we happen to go to extra innings. Rhythm hoping not to do that, hoping to put at least 3 on the board and then pull another victory. John Paul Head, that's a line drive into right center field. That should score a run. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 2 should come home. Here comes the second run, no throw, and this ball game is tied. John Paul Head gets it done again. A 2-run double. That's a Dudak Communications double for John Paul Head. His first hit of the ball game drives in both DeLessio and Staborski. That'll bring Jackson Cothran to the plate. He's 2 for 4. 4th double of the year for Head. He doesn't like to hear me say that somebody else is going to be the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. John Paul will tell you, buddy. I might just have to take you up to Chick-fil-A. Get you anything you want off of their children's menu. I even get you one of their free ice creams because I know the owner. Cawthorn looks at called second strike. Solo home run in the first. Backward K in the book on the third. Single and a run scored and another strikeout. If it's a pattern, he's going to get a hit right here. Fastball misses outside. Mouton tried to nibble. See if he could get an umpire to bite on that pitch. Does not get the call. Now quickly back up. Cawthorn got one of the 108 stitches on that baseball and barely tapped it foul. There is Logan Hazel over to pick up that foul ball. The 2-2 popped up and out of play. AAA glass foul ball. Probably have to put that. We have to get little Eli, my 5-year-old grandson, to do his full count ministries or full count rhythm. Another foul at the plate. He was sitting at his island at his house where he likes to eat. And his mom, and I'm not sure if his dad was doing it as well. We're getting some new baseballs to the umpire. But sitting at their island, and they were videoing him saying, now let's get back to more full count rhythm action on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Mike Kelly volunteered to buy Chick-fil-A. Well, that's awesome. Cawthorn's going to go down looking. That breaking pitch caught way too much of the river there. And he's got the hat trick tonight as well. Second strikeout. Jake Merritt will come to the plate with an opportunity to put the rhythm on top. Big 2-run double by John Paul Head tied this game up. Merritt takes what looked like ball one, and home plate umpire says no, that is a called strike. Merritt 2 for 3. Right now, the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game, but he takes another strike. If we can drive in this run, we'll just go ahead and write it in pencil. Awaiting the end of the game. Happer foul stays alive. Charlie Bozeman on deck. Inning started with a walk to Spencer Yu. That was a 4-pitch walk. Yu replaced by Parker Staborski as a pinch runner after a strikeout of Logan Crockett. Lou D'Alessio dumps a single into right center field in the Bermuda Triangle out there. And then John Paul Head delivers a line drive into the right center field gap. They rolled all the way to the wall. Swing and a miss on a ball that's down. Andrew Lee tags out Merrick to end the inning. So the Rhythm tie it up as Mouton strikes out 3 in the inning. Rhythm get the equalizers here in the 9th. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th, see if we can test out the new extra inning rule. Won't go into it until we get there. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll have a new second baseman when we return. Tell you who it is when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Josh Carman over to tell me the changes. Elijah Stockton in at second base. Trey Simmons in behind the plate. Okay. So Elijah Stockton will replace Parker Staborski, who was the pinch runner for Spencer Hughes. So he's the new second baseman. And the new catcher for the Rhythm is Trey Simmons coming in to catch the bottom of the ninth. 9-1-2. As what do we have? We got a problem out in center field. Not sure if Lou D'Alessio looks like he's okay. Not sure what happened. But Braylon Hall back out on the mound. He's going to try to get the victory. See if he can hold the flash here in the ninth. Trey Simmons now going out as Josh Carman's going to go out and see what's going on with D'Alessio. So while we have the break, I'll go ahead and tell you what the new extra inning rule is. There's actually only an extra half inning. Before the game, the home team has to designate whether or not they, in extra innings, want to go on offense or go on defense, depending on what they choose. If the game's tied after 9, then they choose to be on defense. They'll send their pitcher and defensive folks out there, and the Rhythm have a chance they'll put a runner at first base. In this case, it would end up being Jake Merrick who would go to first base. So a runner at first, and then they'd play regular baseball for that half inning. If Full Count scored, they win the game. If the score would have to stay tied 5-5, they'd win 6-5. Squaring around the bunt, laying it down. Hall off the mound, gloves, throws, and a head-first dive. And they say he's in there, throwing that around. Jackson Cothran thought they got him. Head-first dive by Alex Satterfield. And the first base umpire says he's safe. Josh Carman out of the Rhythm dugout. He wants to get an explanation. The really nice bunt by Satterfield. Home plate umpire, they want the first base umpire to come over. I'm going to go ahead and write it in my book as a bunt single. I've never seen this get changed. I don't know what he could argue here, but pretty rude PA people here that they have it. This is one of the places that I've not been one of my favorite places to broadcast from. As they keep on, I'm not sure if this is the PA guy that's saying all this or not, but it's actually pretty bush league in my opinion. The umpires will get together, and there's always room for music if you want to play it here, but you don't need a PA guy saying, goodbye, coach, leave, coach, get out of here, coach. And they play some sounders here that I think are just not sportsmanlike in any shape or fashion. So that's my opinion, and it ought to be yours, as somebody said in the past. And guess what? The umpires get together, and there's no change. I couldn't see the play. You don't see a head-first dive typically. Nobody recommends that as the fastest approach, but let's see if Keelan Sanders is going to lay down a bunt here to move the runner over to second. He's already squaring, and he's going to get hit by the pitch. The question is, did he leave his bat out there. He never pulled the bat back. They're going to check down at first base to see if he went, and there's no chance that first base umpire is going to say that he went. It didn't look like he ever pulled the bat back, and the bat was over the plate. But now the first two have reached. As a hit batter brings up the pitcher now, Aiden Mouton. He's trying to win it for himself. Gave up the tying runs in the top of the ninth. Now he's going to try to win the ball game for the Flash. Let's see if we have any scores. I need more communication devices is what I need. Bouncing back and forth on my iPad. I don't think that's, I keep forgetting if it's on Game Changer, it's on the Ohio Valley League website. Hoptown was getting drilled. Paducah Chiefs 11-8 now over the Fulton Railroaders, and looks like Madisonville did defeat Hoptown. They're now 0-6 before they'll come to full count tomorrow, and we are ready to play some baseball. Mouton does not square around. That's hit into left field. This could be the game. They're going to send the runner. Bozeman's throw is not in time, and Aiden Mouton gets the game-winning single into left field to score Alex Satterfield, who reached on the bunt as they win the ball game. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a walk-off winner is Aiden Mouton. Brings in the winning run. Henderson Flash even their record at 3-3. So this game goes final. Jake Merrick, he is our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. He goes 2 for 4 in the ball game, reached base on a walk as well, drove in 2 big runs. John Paul Head almost got his 4th of the year. He also had a big double that tied the ball game. Aiden Mouton gets the win, and the loss goes to Braylon Hall. Hall will see if I don't think he has a record. He'll fall to 0-1 on the season. No save in the ball game. And the game is 2 hours and 50 minutes long, and the Rhythm fall to 5-2 on the season as they drop. Tight game here at Henderson. Good comeback, but just couldn't come all the way back. As I do have the volume button down because of the music. So my son texted and said couldn't hear the PA announcer. I didn't really want you to hear him. I'm embarrassed for them, honestly. So, but back at the home ballpark tomorrow night, and we'll be there hoping to get back in the win column. Rhythm fall to Henderson tonight, 6-5. We'll pack it all up and get on the Anchor Transportation bus and hopefully have a safe trip back home. For John Smithson, the Director of Ministry for Full Count Ministries, and for Josh Carmen, the General Manager and Head Coach of Full Count Ministries and Full Count Rhythm, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for watching and listening. Sorry for the bad video, most or part of the broadcast, but thanks for sticking it out tonight. We'll be back on the Full Count broadcast again tomorrow night. You've been listening to another production of Full Count Rhythm Baseball right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. God bless you.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.